Yeah, good day, my beautiful people. Yes, Igboho's lawyer writes Nigerian top monarch Ooni of Ife also seeks intervention over continued detention of two agitators. Operatives of the Department of State Services (DSS) had raided Igboho's house in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, on July 1st and arrested 12 of his aides who were illegally detained for weeks before the victims went ahead to challenge their detention and rights abuse in court. Pelumi Olajengbesi, counsel for the arrested aides of Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemo aka Sunday Igboho, has written a prominent Yoruba monarch, the Ooni of Ife, Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi, over the continued detention of two Yoruba nation agitators. Operatives of the Department of State Services (DSS) had raided Igboho's house in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, on July 1st and arrested 12 of his aides who were illegally detained for weeks before the victims went ahead to challenge their detention and rights abuse in court. After much deliberations, 10 aides were released. The secret police, however, refused to release the remaining two persons, Lady K and one other, contrary to an order of the court that granted bail to the entire 12 aides of the Yoruba Nation agitator in the custody of the agency. The secret police had earlier on August 30 released 8 of the activists. They had met their bail conditions, including the provisions of 24 shorties, but the DSS lawyer Idowu Hawu kicked against the bail granted by Justice Egwatu to 4 of the detainees, claiming that they were heavily involved in the alleged offense of arms stockpiling and other criminal activities of their boss Igboho. Hawu had filed a remand application for the 4 detainees, saying their release would affect the investigation. Can you see how hypocrisy has landed even in the DSS department? And not even hypocrisy alone, but lawlessness, when court has granted bail to Igboho's aide, and this DSS has faulted the order by saying they would not release Sunday Igboho's aide. On what ground? Hawu had filed a remand application for the 4 detainees, saying their release would affect the investigation. How would their release affect investigation? What kind of investigation are they still looking for? What kind of evidence are they still looking for? Well, he says, and had also approached an appeal court sitting in Abuja to revoke the bail earlier granted to the 4 persons. The 8 were released to Olajengbesi after the DSS failed to comply with a court ruling on the matter. In a recent development, Olajengbesi, in his letter to the Ooni of Ife on Monday, urged the Yoruba leader to call on President Muhammadu Buhari to obey the court order and release the 2 aides left in custody. The letter was titled "Continuous Unlawful and Wicked Detention of 2 of Igboho's aides by the State Security Service, a call for intervention." It reads, "I am writing this very important letter to your Imperial Majesty in reverent acknowledgement of your capacity as a foremost monarch and the holder of the ancestral staff of the progenitor of the Yoruba race, a tribe whose members currently striving for a redefinition are being held by the State Security Services (DSS), hereinafter referred to as Secret Service, and under the most dehumanizing conditions and in blatant disregard of court order granting them their freedom. Also, as one of the more frequent honored guests of the Villa, Nigeria's seat of power, where you command an uncommon audience, and as a point of contact to Yoruba leaders across the country, this letter has become necessary for justice to triumph over injustice. Sir, you may recall that on the 1st of July 2021, a combined team of the SSS, also known as DSS, and military men raided the home of Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, not finding him, destroying his properties, looted his house, effected the unlawful arrest of 12 of his associates, and murdered 2 in cold blood. after concerted effort by the detainees legal team mandating the SSS to produce the detainees in court. The court, in its wisdom and powers, granted bail to all the 12 detainees pending a formal institution of criminal prosecution against them by the state security services, and subsequently the court ordered that they should be released. However, to our consternation, the SSS reluctantly released a total number of 10 out of 12 detained and denied to, namely Amudat Abibas Babatunde and Jamiu Noah Oyetunde. Their freedom in arrogant disregard of the court order granting them bail on conditions that have since been met and perfected. Sir, the SSS refusal to respect an order of the court in this instance is made all the more ominous by the very present threat to the lives of the detainees, particularly Amudat Abibat Babatunde, whose health has rapidly deteriorated and who is being held for a strong belief in the uniqueness of the Yoruba race and the need to legitimately secure the best possible outcome for its people. We are well advised of your strong socio-political campaign for the welfare and wellness of your people and your uncommon commitment to fair play, natural justice and equity. Your ascension to the throne was greeted with expressions of hope and gratitude owing to your steadfast leadership style and reliability as a king, also a father and protector of your people. All of these will now be called to question if you remain silent in a crucial time like this without demanding to know the whereabouts of a Yoruba child or daughter, given the fact that they are now being held unlawfully and unjustly. It is therefore in your capacity as king, father, and protector that we make these differential requests in the hopes that you may kindly stand in the gap for your subjects who have gained their freedom on paper but continue to be incarcerated on a whim by the state security service, or rather call them the state secret service. If protecting your subjects is one of the essential powers of your office, we do make bold moves respectfully to state that this is an opportune time to give impetus to your role as the leader of your people. We therefore call on you to speak to President Muhammadu Buhari to let your unlawfully detained people go. On behalf of the entire legal team, may we thank you for your time and consideration, even as we express the hope that our humble request is met with accelerated action in the interest of justice. Yes, this is coming from the 12 detainees of Sunday Igboho's 8. Pelumi Olajengbesi, sending letter, to Ooni of Ife on behalf of the remaining 2 detainees, that he should extend his, Yoruba prowess as a king to Buhari to release his 8 who have been detained by the DSS. And meanwhile, the DSS has, disobeyed the court order by not releasing Sunday Igboho's 8. Let's see how this thing plays. If Buhari truly is going to hearken to the voice of the Ooni of Ife, or rather, if Ooni of Ife would definitely, stand up from his seat and, make sure the release of the remaining 2 are, accelerated. Yes, I would like you to share your views over the comment section. Thanks for listening.